Okay, hi. We would like to introduce how to make calibration of the wavelength. Firstly, slash down and click setup. And here you can choose the home, the launcher, click launcher, and you can click white spot to return to the background. After that, click the middle and uninstalling the library app. Uninstall library app. Library app uninstall has been uninstalled. Now click File Manager. Copy the latest library app here. That is the English app. That is this file. Yeah, click it and install the latest library app. Now, done. You have finished the installation. Secondly, it's needed to install the police test Raman handheld Raman analyzer. Yeah, done. And after installation of library app and handheld Raman is sometimes pump out. Use the handheld Raman analyzer. Just click just once and slash down again to click setup. Click setup, and you need to click launcher again to return to the background. And now click here the handheld Raman and access to the test handheld Raman. It will promptly pump out the username and password. Just long press the login to initialize the instrument. And then you will use the acetonitrile to test the spectrum. Test the spectrum. And here you can see that there's a Chinese code peaks, that is 3A1749, and all this indicates the wavelengths and corresponding pixels there is later. But you are only needed to have this 5 standard wavelengths, 381 and 9201376 and 2254 to 2944. Okay, that is this standard wavelengths should be in the peak. And now we will show you how to zoom in and to make sure that the peak is 3A1. Here you can see that the peak is 3A3. That means you need to press one of wavelengths. So here that means you need to have a 76 plus 1. That's 78. That's pixel. And then turn to the next peak. Okay, and zoom in and zoom out. Enlarge to zoom in, and you can see here the peak is 920. So this peak is correct. So you just need to write down 207. That is 207, yes. And then we move to the third peak. Sorry, the 920 need to correspond to 274. So you need to write it 274 for pixel. And then you need to move to the third pix. That is third pix. That is 1376. 1376 correspond to 463. Yeah, and then we move to the fourth pix. We move to the fourth pix. That is 2254. That is 2254 is correct. So 2254 correspond to the A79. So you can write down A79. And then you need to move to the final pix of final pix. The final pix is 2945. But the peak should be 2944. So it's larger. You need to minus 1 correspond to here. What's 2? Is that here? That means you need to make 2945 to 2944. So it's needed to minus 1267 divide 1. That means 1266. Okay, that is the pixel. You need to recite the pixel and click here to return to the home page and click the library app, and here you need to test and click pull up and click select series port, the last one, David, and the last one, and set and select. This means is the select is a success, and then you have to keep in the pixel number you have just recited here. That is 68247 and 463 at A79 at 1266, and then you can click right calibration and click read file calibration data here, and then you success. And now you can use the acetonitrile to test the wavelength is calibrated or not. Long press login and always click dictate, and that you will have the acetonitrile peaks. Here you can see that the peak is 381 is correct, and secondary you move to the second peak, The second peak is 920. That is also in the peak, is correct. And thirdly, you move to the third peak. The third peak, it will show the 11376. Yeah, that is also in the peak, is correct. And let's move to the fourth peak. That is 2254. That is in the peak, correct. And also you can move to the last one to check that the peak should be in the 2945. If you find that it's 2945 again, you can try the previous steps to recalibrate it. But if you found that it's difficult to make the 5 peaks exactly, you just have one wave numbers differences. You just neglect it and complete this calibration. Okay, so completed. That means the calibration has complete, and you can run the farm ID.